generally keep it in the low 80s.
Wow.
I do, yeah. First 9, low 80s.
First 9, low 80s. For you.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm usually about 80, 90 per night. That's solid.
It also depends on how many beers I decide to drink during the night. I was at Pebble Beach recently and I shot a 39 on the front 9. And then I was playing with some buddies and then the beers kicked in. And I think it was the 51 on the back. I shot a 90, which at Pebble Beach for the first time I'm okay with.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Hi.
Hi, Jared. Hi, Justin.
Hi.
I was wondering if, when you were kids, if there was someone you would have wanted to see, like, go to conventions.
I always liked Home Improvement. And we did go to, this was the convention, but I remember I went to a Nancy Cartwright book signing, because she was in Simpsons. She was part of Simpsons. And I was like, cool. Before I Star Wars, I'm a total Star Wars guy. I went to a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles concert. Not a word of a lie.
Yeah, that was a couple of weeks ago.
I was on the way to DC actually.
Gosh, I don't know. I watched Cheers a lot with my dad. That was a show that we liked to watch a lot. But other than that, I don't know that there was a TV show that I really enjoyed to. I don't know.
That's because Supernatural wasn't out yet.
It's because Supernatural wasn't out yet. That's right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Dean Winchester is probably not the poster child for my question, but going through...
That's not the greatest way to start a question.
Going through sobriety...
No.
I've had a few or a lot of days where it's been really hard just to get through the day, get through. And I was wondering if there's any life moments or situations where you've had that feeling where you have not been able to get through, and how did you get through?
Me? Yeah, I mean, I don't know it from the specific subject that you're talking about, but everybody has hard days. Everybody has good days. Everybody has hard days. When certain things get overwhelming, whether it be at home or at work or wherever it is, I just kind of take a time out, which is something that I learned from my wife, who over the past
your time out.
over the past year and a half, she's had to do. She's like, I just have to walk away and count to 10, because it can be trying, just day-to-day stuff, especially when I'm gone quite a lot, and my wife and daughter still live in Los Angeles, so I fly home on the weekends every weekend, and so she's essentially a single mother for 5 days out of the week, and it's tough, So it was something that she told me that I kind of have used for myself. It's just, walk away, count to 10, collect your thoughts, say whatever inspiring words you need to say to yourself, and get back at it. So that's, a recent tool that's worked for me.
I actually became sober from one of your interviews about your most prized possession, and it was, I think, a very old interview, and it was about a necklace that you had made for a person, or your best friend, that was killed by a drunk driver, and it sort of just snapped something, so, sorry. Thank you for saving my life. I know that you guys are Cowboys fans. Welcome to
There's the door.
Yeah, I just wanted to leave it on a happy note, and I wanted to give you my sobriety chip.
Are you sure? Because if that's something that you look at and need as a tool, I would rather you hang on to it. And you know, if you need to
I've carried you for 8 months, and I can give you your.
okay. Well, that's inspiring. That's awesome. Thank you. And you know, it's funny because there's a saying that we have on set. Well, I think it's kind of a saying in the you know entertainment industry that whenever you start taking yourself a little too seriously on set, or when you know it's like we're not going to make the day, or it's just getting too impossible, and it's like oh everybody's you know starts getting crazy. Some people say hey look, we're not curing cancer here, okay? Calm down, let's just get it done, it's fine. But, you know, we've had people tell us so many wonderful, amazing stories like this that sometimes we look at each other and we're like, well, maybe we're not curing cancer, but we sure might be helping somebody that has it, so. So thank you guys for that kind of inspiration, because that can keep us going and take us up, so thank you for that. And thank you for this. Cool.
Thank you.
Where are we at? Over there?
Hi. What advice would you give to your character?
Retire.
Take a vacation. Go to Maui.
I don't know, when the young lady was talking to Jensen, I couldn't help think of, there's a 4-letter phrase I always tell myself whenever I feel overwhelmed, and I didn't coin it, it's been around for a long time, but it's just, this too shall pass. We've all at some point in time, I think we all have, if somebody out there has not ever felt in the depths, then raise your hand, you have all my respect. But we've all felt pretty down sometimes, and just kind of remind yourself that you got through it. Reminds you how strong you are when you really remind something. So I would say to Sam, just stick it out, man. One foot in the other, one foot in front of the other. This too shall pass.
What?
What advice would you give your character?
Yeah, look, Dean's so far gone. I can't stand that. They would turn that boat around. So I think the ship has sailed on that guy. I don't know if there's any hope for him.
If he finds a good woman.
She'll die. That's my girl. They'll die too. It's a cross we must carry. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
I was wondering if you guys had any hidden talents, and if your characters had any hidden talents, what do you think they would be? Be creative.
Be creative.
I don't know if you know this, but Dina's a wonderful juggler.
Yeah. Sam can cut to 113 different languages.
I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do
They
it.
continue to amaze me.
What about you guys? Do you guys have any hidden talents?
Hidden talents? Nope, you guys know them all. And you see them on a weekly basis.
I am a freaking incredible Super Smash Bros. Rob just goes like this. Rob just goes. That was like the most intense amount of approval I've ever received in my life.
My favorite is like, these are kids, I'm so tired, I don't even have time to read a book. I just want to do, you know, I just didn't have any time to do it. I'm amazing. Super Smash Bros.
I haven't played it since I played Osric in my trailer. I haven't played it in years. Yeah. Pikachu. Dead. All yous. It's on. We'll make it, I accept. I hope you accept. Just don't do the glove thing and hit me. It's on, man. I'm much better guitar. If there was
Grow up and mature.
Yeah, you grow up and mature. You grows up. If there was one thing I had to do, if someone put the proverbial gun in my head and was like, you have to beat me at something to save your own life, I'd be like, grab a Nintendo 64, 2 controllers, and Super Smash Bros. That's it. Unfortunately, now that's my only talent. All the rest is gone. Yeah, and now it's no longer a secret. So I have no more secret talents.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Personally, as somebody who watches the show, I felt like the season 8 finale was not true to the characters, and I feel like at the end of the day, they realized that sometimes they have to die. Like, they've done it before. And I feel like Dean might have been like, hey, Sam, please don't do this. And Sam would like, Dean this needs to happen. And Dean was just kind of like broken, but accepted it. How did you guys feel about how all that played out? Like, do you really think that they would have, that Sam would have caved, that Dean would have fought that hard when it could have benefited the entire world? So,
we don't get that luxury.
I don't know, how did you feel? Not like
How do we?
credit, but how did it make, like, did you guys think it was something that they would actually do?
Yeah, because that's what it was written. I mean, that sounds like being harsh, but I mean that's our job as an actor. We don't get to really pontificate about it. We have the luxury of reading a script and making it make sense. So you make it make sense, you know. And if I did something and didn't believe when I was doing it, it would suck, and the show would be canceled. So whatever the decision is that Sam, whatever those words are on paper, that was the whole joke about why Rob was God. The writer is God. The writer writes down, this is what's happening, and that's what's happening. So we can all have opinions about it later. We do certainly have opinions, but I mean, that's what's written. I gotta make it make sense. Otherwise, you guys aren't going to tune in, right?
Pontificate?
Yeah.
Everybody kind of doing it for the day? You're welcome. Now go pontificate about that. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi. So there's enough children from the cast of Good Supernatural that in 20, 30 years, we could actually reboot the series and just have kids. Now that you are sufficiently terrified, how would you feel about, like, eventually your children will probably say, like, oh, I want to act in TV and movies just like you and mommy. Would you encourage that because you know how rewarding such a creative job can be? Or because you know sort of like the dark side to it, you would want to deter them from that?
I would absolutely not encourage it. I wouldn't squash it. I wouldn't deny their opinion, but they would have to sufficiently, it's like the whole, when a kid wants to get a dog, you make them walk an empty leash for a year, and if they don't walk the empty leash, a year? It's hyperbole. No, but I'm saying, well, yeah, a year, because if you can't walk a non-existent dog for a year, then you're not going to be able to take care of the dog. So if they really wanted to act and get into this crazy business, they would need to really make it clear to me and their mother that they don't just want the fame or the glory, but that they need it, that something in their soul needs it. Not just like, hey, I want to be famous. Is that? It's not a fun business. I mean, it can be rewarding, but it can also, the majority of it is very vapid and vacuous. And superficial. It can be really challenging and really hurtful. And someone asked my horrible audition stories this year, or today, and think about like all these auditions. I get red in the face thinking about auditioning. I hate it. And one time I had a friend over, and she's actually successful. Her name is Angela Johnson. She's a comedian, And she was a friend of a friend. She came over and had a stack of scripts in my room, like maybe 30 or 40 scripts. And she's like, "Oh my God, are those like your auditions?" And I was like, "Come here." And I walked into my garage where I have probably 1,000 scripts. I was like, "Those are all my auditions," and I'm considered a successful actor. So that's 1,000 no's essentially.
Well, a fraction of 1% of all of the Screen Actors Guild members are working. So it's, I mean, so what it takes to just get into the guild is a stroke of good luck. But you can, I mean, less than 1% are actually gainfully employed. So it is a very, it's a very difficult industry to succeed in or to have a sustainable career in. That's why, the old joke is, oh, you're an actor, so what restaurant do you wait tables at? So I think I'm on board with Jared. I wouldn't encourage it, but I wouldn't, put out a creative flame. Boo?
No, they're booing me. However, like, you raise the kids the way you want to, I'm going the way I want to. This is actually now my earlier favorite part of the convention. My favorite part of the convention before that moment was when Misha assassinated Lincoln, which happened yesterday. But now my new favorite moment is you booing Jensen. Ladies and gentlemen,